Hi, and welcome to the FY25 SWE Awards Program Nominator and Nominee Training. I'm Sharon Rossi, the FY25 Awards and Recognition Committee Chair, and my partner, Chair-elect, is Lynn Davenport. This training is intended to help nominators and nominees apply to the SWE Awards Program by orienting them to the program structure and the 3 award leadership tracks so they can determine their eligibility and choose the award they or their nominee are best suited for and submit their nomination. Today's training is broken up into several sections that are being recorded as separate modules. In the first, we'll go through an overview and guidance on how to choose which SWE award to apply for. In the second module, we'll walk you through the steps to determine award eligibility. In the third module, we'll share guidance on preparing how to apply by bringing together your nomination package. And in the fourth module, we'll cover how to submit your nomination online, and we'll wrap up with a summary. The appendix of the training document contains a detailed Smarter Select navigation guide that will not be included in today's recording. So let's get started with the first module. After completing this first module, you should be able to locate the SWE Awards Program packet on the SWE website, describe the difference between the Apex and Ascent Awards, name the 3 award leadership tracks that make up the SWE Awards Program, and finally, you should be able to guide a conversation with your nominee to determine which award they are best suited for. Before we begin, I want to say that the SWE Awards Program strongly supports SWE's mission to empower women to achieve their full potential in careers as engineers and leaders and expand the image of engineering and technology professions as a positive force in improving the quality of life and demonstrate the value of diversity and inclusion. So the most important takeaway from today's training is that the SWE Award Program packet, which contains the full instructions of how to apply, can be found on the SWE Awards webpage. So on this webpage, you'll find the packet that has all the instructions to apply. It reinforces the window to apply, which is January 2nd through March the 1st at a minute before midnight US Central Time. You'll also find on this page a link to the experience calculator, which is intended to help confirm nominee eligibility and reduce the number of disqualifications due to experience not matching the criteria. And finally, you'll find other resources like this training on this webpage. So the SWE Awards are divided into Apex and Ascent Awards. The Apex Awards are the Society's highest level of awards. These are for professionals, and they are for individuals who have generally 20 years of experience or more. Mostly, there's an exception or two, but mostly it's for people who are at the pinnacle of their careers, if you will. The Ascent Awards encompass all other significant achievements. So generally speaking, the experience is going to span from student to mid-career, so mostly in that 0 to 20 years of experience range. So the SWE Awards fall under 3 leadership tracks. The first of which is for academia, management, and technical leadership. The Apex Awards in this leadership track include the Achievement Award, the Distinguished Engineering Educator Award, Entrepreneur, the Resnick Challenger Medal, Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award, and then a host of Ascent Awards in that leadership track, including a new award this year, the Beacon Award. In former times, the Prism Award has received many, many applications, so we have divided that years of experience range up into 2, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. The second leadership track is the advocacy leadership track, for which the Apex Awards are Advocating Women in Engineering, Spark, and the Rodney D. Chip Memorial Award. And then the third and final track is for SWE leadership, for which the Apex Awards are Distinguished Service and Fellow Grade Award, and then a host of Ascent Level Awards for professional collegiate students and those that are supporting collegiates. So this framework is very helpful in sort of beginning to frame out, where you might be the best fit for an award application. Before I leave this page, I'll call out there's 2 awards that have been renamed in FY25, and that is in the SWE leadership track under the Ascent Awards. The esteemed professional member was formerly known as Distinguished Engineer, and the esteemed new professional member was formerly known as the Distinguished New Engineer Award. And those have been renamed to be better suited to what the criteria are for those awards. So let's explore the awards subtrack. So we're going to go one level deeper in those award tracks to help you identify an award that you might be best suited for, or your nominee may be best suited for. So in FY24, we introduced this notion of award progressions with the intent to be deliberately inclusive and have an award essentially for people at all stages of their careers. So let's begin looking at the award subtracks for the Academia, Management, and Technical Leadership track. So the first of these subtracks is for accomplishments in academia, management, and technical in the top row of this slide. So that begins with rising technical contributor for those with less than 5 years of work experience, and culminates now with this new Beacon Award, which is an Ascent Level Award for those with 20 or more years of experience. Note that Prism now is for those with 15 to 20 years of experience. And then the Apex Level Award in this subtrack is the Achievement Award, and also the Suzanne Genesis Upward Mobility Award. The second subtrack is for accomplishments in global leadership. That begins with the Emerging Global Leader with 5 to 10 years of experience, and culminates with at the Ascent level, the Distinguished Global Leader, and then the Achievement and Suzanne Genesis Apex Awards also would be considered in this subtrack. Thirdly, are accomplishments in engineering education, which begins with Emerging Engineering Educator and culminate with the Distinguished Engineering Educator for those with 20 or more years of experience. And then finally, also in this leadership track are the accomplishments in special occupations, and that is the Entrepreneur Award and the Resnick Challenger Medal for those working in the space industry. Let's explore next the subtracks within the advocacy leadership track. The first of these is for accomplishments in advocacy for women in engineering. That begins with Emerging Advocate for those with less than 10 years of experience, and culminates with the Apex Award, Advocating Women in Engineering for those with more than 20 years of experience. Secondly is a subtrack for accomplishments in mentoring, which ranges from Catalyst for those early career to the Spark Apex Award. The third here is accomplishments as a male ally for women in engineering, which begins with the Emerging Ally with those with less than 10 years of work experience, and culminates with the Rodney D. Chip Award, which is an Apex Level Award for those with 20 or more years of experience. And then the accomplishments as a mentor, or excuse me, accomplishments as an employer is also in this leadership track. And then last but not least, these are the subtracks in the SWE leadership track. The first is a subtrack dedicated to SWE collegiate members, beginning with Rising Collegiate Star for those that have less than 2 years of membership, and then the Outstanding Collegiate Member and the Outstanding Graduate Student Member. The second track is dedicated to accomplishments in SWE professional membership, beginning with the Esteemed New Professional Member, formerly known as Distinguished New Engineer, and then culminating in the Distinguished Service and Fellow Grade memberships. And then finally, in this track is the Accomplishments in Collegiate Support subtrack, and that's the Outstanding Counselor Award and the Outstanding Faculty Advisor Award. So hopefully walking through that gives you an idea of where you might be best suited. And so here are some reflections to think about, which award should you apply for? So the first is to reflect on, where am I in my career? Am I 20 years or more with substantial accomplishments? I'm probably going to be looking at those Apex Awards. If I'm early to mid-career, I'm probably going to be looking at those Ascent Awards. Then ask, what's my personal story and which of the 3 award leadership tracks does it best align to? Is my story around my contributions in academia, management, or technical leadership? Or is my story around advocacy leadership or my service to SWE? That will channel me to the right SWE leadership track. And then thirdly, which award subtrack is my personal story best aligned to? And once you start to hone in on a potential award or maybe a few potential awards to apply for, then you're going to want to go to the 1 or 2 page award descriptions in the SWE Award Program packet and take a close look at the objective and the qualifications for each of those awards. Most awards have some kind of years of experience eligibility criteria for which we've developed an experience calculator to confirm your eligibility. We'll talk about that in the next module. And some awards have additional eligibility criteria, such as SWE membership for all of the SWE Leadership Track Awards. So let me share an example of Ji-Young Lee, who's thinking about applying for a SWE award. So Ji-Young's story is that she has 11.5 years of professional work experience as an engineer. She has an additional year of experience from her master's degree. She's been a SWE professional member for 3 years with roles at the society level. And she could consider the Pathfinder Award, with being in the range of work experience of 10 to 15 years. That's in the academia, management, and technical leadership track. She could also consider the Engaged Advocate Award, which is in the advocacy leadership track. She might also consider the Ignite Award, that is a mentoring subtrack award. And based on her service to SWE as a professional member, she might also consider the Esteemed New Professional Member. But after looking through the 1-page descriptions for each of those, Ji-Young feels like her best story is aligned with the criteria for the Engaged Advocate Award, and that's what she chooses to apply for. So in the next module, we'll cover how to go about determining your award eligibility.